Hello everyone, my name is Jesse. This is the Auditorium. If you're new, I react to video game music as a musician myself. Today I'm going to be checking out a PayPal request for Daniel. This is Project Wingman, Eminent Domain. Now, just a little bit about this. I'm currently listening to most of the soundtrack from this game. It's been quite fun. And I believe this game just had a anniversary of some kind. I'm not really sure which it was, but congrats to them. And I'm actually very curious on this name, Eminent Domain, which is pretty much, as far as I know, the act of like the government taking public property and making them, or taking private property and making it public. So that's kind of interesting. But anyways, Eminent Domain. Man, the percussion is so cool in this game. What a unique sound. Just that sound of modern and old is so cool. I'm getting a vision with the song name right now. A lot of tension. I feel like there's a lot of back and forth. Ooh, that was a nice bass drop. Project Wingman is very interesting because, well, first of all, great song. This is a little different than your typical VGM to me, because typically, you know, songs are kind of made with maybe a setting in mind, story, you know, etc. For these songs, I don't really get any settings. I get mostly like a story being told or a feeling that's being tried to portrayed here. And I still don't know the story, but I was told actually by the composer himself, if I recall correctly, it's been a while, but it's basically a battle of two opposing forces, right? Like the new, I forgot their name, the new that are trying to take over versus kind of the old that are trying to hold their ground. I could be wrong about that, but something along those lines. And to me, basically, the reason that even came up is because I said that this soundtrack has a lot of mixture of like modern electronic synthesizers and percussions, and then we have like, the classical orchestral stuff and strings combined, which doesn't really happen that often. And to me, I was told that those represent the two opposing forces, which makes total sense. So now I think of these songs a lot differently. I'm like, oh, well, what are they trying to say, or what is this trying to do? And in this case, the song name, Eminent Domain, is I can see that now. Now, these are just guesses. I can only make assumptions. But I was getting a little of that back and forth kind of like conflict here. Because eminent domain, again, is like the pretty much like the government taking a public thing, private. I keep doing it backwards. A private thing to make it public, basically taking it over, which seems to be the story of this game. So when I hear certain strings rising, like dun 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 dun, to me it sounds like it's fighting the beat in a way. It's fighting the beats, the electronic, like everything, like the two sides conflict with each other, to me. That's what it sounds like. So even though they're in harmony through the music, they're kind of conflicting in sounds. I could be thinking a little too far into it, but now that I kind of know that, it just, especially with a name like that of this song, it's like, oh. And then there's parts where I get, like, my imagination goes a little wild, and there was that one part where the beat drops out essentially, and it's just nothing but strings for a bit, which makes it seem like they're gaining ground type of thing. So to me, that's kind of what I see now. When I think of Project Wingman, I think of like a painting being, drawn out and a story being told. Because settings, I don't really get anything. As far as I know, the whole thing takes place in the sky. Who knows? But I definitely now I'm listening and looking out for conflicting sounds. When a sound would drop, when one is rising, when one is going down. But I did notice that every now and then, no matter what, there's like this, I don't know if it's an electric guitar, but there's like this twangy instrument that shows up kind of all the time, whether it's really loudly or really quietly. It's just kind of always there. It's like almost like a motif. I don't know if it's always playing the same thing, but I feel like it's there. I feel its lingering presence. So that's pretty much all I got for this. Really cool song, but it's really special because I really kind of feel, if I'm right about the whole, opposing forces and this all that, then great. Otherwise, oh well. But that's what I got. So one of these days I'll look at footage of this game or check out the story. But right now I'm going based off what comes into my imagination for the first time hearing it, and all I have is this image that I've only seen and some words from the composer himself, which is awesome because they fill in those gaps. It's not every day you can guess something and the composer or the person who wrote it is like, actually, yeah, this is what happened. So it's pretty cool. So I don't like to know everything. If I knew everything, that'd be kind of a little lame. So it's nice to have some, curiosity. Either way, Jose Pavli has done it again. Thank you, Daniel. And thanks to the Project Wingman community. It's a very unique soundtrack. I'll give you that. Very cool. Taking a story pretty much as old as time, but turning it into something new. If you want to get your own request in to me, you could do so on Patreon or PayPal. Either are okay, but neither are necessary. They will guarantee that I will check out your song if you don't mind waiting. If you do not want to wait, there is the Platinum tier on Patreon as well, which is a limited slot, but it will expedite your request at the top and any outstanding request, if you have any. A big shout out to Fly, Justin, Orange, Rogue Monk, and Vincent for being Platinum supporters. I really appreciate it. To everyone that you've seen here, for you guys watching, the Project Wingman community, people that don't play this game and still watch regardless, just to hear what I have to say. I appreciate it. Thanks to Jose, thanks to Daniel, and I'll see you in the next one. There's still much more Project Wingman to come, and there's a lot. So Until next time, dudes and dudettes, my name is Jesse. This is the Auditorium. Have a great day.